Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, I'm incredibly excited to have you here today because we're about to embark on a journey that could fundamentally change your financial future. Whether you're a student, grinding in the private sector, or working a government job, this is for you. We're going to start from absolute zero today to build a rock-solid foundation on what investing actually is. By the end of our time together, you'll see exactly how the world's wealthiest people don't just earn their money, they literally make their money work for them. So let's just jump right in.
I want you to really picture this for a second. Imagine looking 20 years into the future. You open your bank app and you've got 1 crore rupees sitting there. But a friend of yours, they've only got 10 lakh rupees. Now, if you have this massive wealth gap compared to them, is it simply because they earned a smaller salary? Honestly, no way. The reality is, the difference almost always comes down to one crucial decision: the decision to actually invest.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to cover what investment is, why just saving isn't enough, the absolute magic of compounding, risks and mistakes to avoid, a real-life comparison, and finally, a beginner action plan so you can start today.
Let's kick things off right at the beginning with Section 1. What exactly is investment?
Simply put, investment means taking your money today and putting it somewhere with the expectation that its value is going to grow in the future. You see, instead of just letting your cash sit idle in a bank account gathering dust, you are actively putting it to work. It's a complete mindset shift, really. You're moving from just hoarding your wealth to actively multiplying it.
And this right here perfectly illustrates the core of wealth creation. Think about it. An employee goes to work every day to earn a salary, right? They are literally trading their precious time for money. But an investor? An investor's money goes to work to earn more money. You're shifting away from trading your time for cash to having your money generate its own independent income. And honestly, that is the true definition of wealth creation.
The purpose of doing all this goes way beyond just making a quick buck. It's a comprehensive tool. We're talking about creating lasting wealth, beating inflation, generating passive income. You know, the kind of money that flows in while you sleep, achieving ultimate financial freedom, and securely planning for your retirement. It really is your ultimate tool for a secure future.
Which naturally brings us to Section 2, why saving isn't enough.
So, the elephant in the room here is inflation. It is the absolute silent killer of wealth. Think about it. An item that costs you 100 rupees today could easily cost you 180 to 200 rupees in 10 years' time. The value of your cash is constantly, silently eroding. Every single day your money just sits under your mattress, it's losing its purchasing power.
Let's look at the math for a second. Say your money is sitting in a standard savings account earning a meager 3 to 4% interest. But out in the real world, the actual cost of living, the inflation rate, is rising at 6 to 7%. So what does that mean? It means you are technically getting poorer every single day. That gap between your low interest and high inflation is just eating away at your hard-earned savings. And that, my friends, is exactly why simply saving is never enough. You absolutely have to invest.
Now, let's explore the solution in Section 3, the magic of compounding.
The basic formula for this magic is actually surprisingly simple. This 3-step process is the true engine of massive wealth generation. Step 1, invest your money. Step 2, give it time. Seriously, don't rush it. And step 3, which is the absolute secret sauce here, let your returns reinvest themselves.
Let's put some real numbers to it. Say you invest 10,000 rupees and it gets a 12% annual return. Early on, it's just your principal amount growing, which is nice. But over time, it's not just your initial money that grows. Your profits actually begin to generate their own profits. They multiply themselves exponentially. It's exactly like rolling a tiny snowball down a really long hill. Eventually, it becomes a massive avalanche. That's compounding at work.
Warren Buffett, arguably the world's most famous investor, hit the nail on the head when he highlighted this exact phenomenon. He says, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. I love that. Patience is literally your ultimate superpower in compounding. Time is the fuel that makes this entire system run.
Moving right along to Section 4, risks and common mistakes.
Whenever people hear the word risk, they usually panic. They assume it means a guaranteed loss of all their money. But actually, scratch that, that's not it at all. A smart investor doesn't ignore risk. Rather, they understand that risk simply means outcomes can fluctuate. It's about the uncertainty of your future returns, not necessarily a total wipeout of your funds.
You really have to balance your approach based on this reality. Take stocks, for example. They offer high potential returns, sure, but those prices are going to bounce up and down. On the flip side, fixed deposits, or FDs, offer very low risk, but the trade-off is incredibly low growth. It's a balancing act. You have to know that high safety usually means low growth, and chasing high growth means you've got to stomach some market roller coasters.
As you build your portfolio, there are some classic beginner traps you absolutely must avoid. The biggest one? Well, never starting at all. But others include relying entirely on a basic savings account, blindly buying assets based on a friend's hot tip at a party, trying to get rich overnight by throwing money at things without any knowledge, and just lacking the patience to let your money grow. Just remember, investing is a long-distance marathon. It's not a 100-meter sprint.
Let's bring this to life in Section 5, Saving vs. Investing.
Let me introduce you to two friends, Rahul and Mohan. Both of these guys are saving the exact same amount of money, 5,000 rupees every single month. They're both showing great financial discipline, but their paths are about to diverge drastically. You see, Rahul decides to leave his 5,000 rupees in a regular bank savings account, while Mohan systematically invests his 5,000 rupees into diversified assets.
Let's fast forward 20 to 25 years later. They put aside the exact same amount of cash, but the outcomes are totally night and day. Mohan is vastly wealthier because his money multiplied exponentially through the power of compounding we just talked about. Rahul sadly actually saw his purchasing power shrink because inflation completely ate away at his bank savings. Mohan understood the fundamental difference. The real question is, which path are you going to choose?
Okay, let's get practical with Section 6, Beginner Action Plan. Before you even think about chasing big returns, you need a safety net. Here is your 5-step roadmap to build a protective financial shield before you start aggressively growing your capital. Step 1, build an emergency fund for a rainy day. Step 2, get yourself health insurance. Step 3, get term insurance, especially if your family relies on you financially. Step 4, commit to investing a fixed amount every single month. No excuses. And Step 5, keep learning, never stop increasing your knowledge.
All right, to super quickly recap what we've unpacked in this explainer, we laid down the ultimate foundation of wealth building. We discussed what investment actually is, why that silent killer of inflation forces you to invest, how the absolute magic of compounding and time are your best friends, how to navigate risks, the big pitfalls you must avoid, and exactly where to begin your journey with a solid roadmap. Honestly, this is your very first step towards true financial mastery.
As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. What is the true difference between simply saving your money and strategically investing it? And why is it that those who only save almost always get left behind in the long-term financial race? We are going to unpack this crucial question in our next explainer, exploring the deeper mechanics at play. So keep learning, stay patient, and I will see you next time.